In America, if you can dream it, you can build it, and I hope it always stays that way.
Our modern girls play as hard and with as much vitality and stamina as any man. How do they do it? What is that whipcord resilience that lets the weaker sex play half the night, then bob up clear-eyed, ready for the next morning's work? This frail creature strikes her typewriter keys about 40,000 times a day.
The history of women entrepreneurship reflects a journey of resilience, innovation, and breaking barriers. In the 19th and 20th century, societal expectations and the law limited women to domestic roles. However, despite challenges, women continued to break glass ceilings. For example, entrepreneurs like Madam C.J. Walker, the first female self-made millionaire, and Martha Stewart, who created her own empire through successful cookbooks and media.
Having a discussion or a debate, you put forward an idea, the group kind of, it's almost like they didn't hear you, and then 5 minutes later some guy says your idea and it's like he just cured cancer in front of the whole room, and you're like, no, I think I said that.
Once it came time to go raise money, that was very much kind of an old boys club. I can think about the way we were spoken to, and it was incredibly patronizing.
There is definitely a very strong network of men when it comes to raising money, and there's a lot of data that shows that women often have to go much longer in the fundraising process, have to go much deeper and do a lot more work for ultimately a much smaller amount of money. So you're kind of starting with one hand a little bit tied behind your back.
We went with a track record, with numbers, with this incredible growth rate that we were experiencing. And even with all that data, we couldn't find the funding.
While many women deal with struggles like these, they all share traits that lead them to success.
In the American dream, failure is treated as learning. And I think that is a wonderful reminder for every entrepreneur.
You have to be a great storyteller. You have to, bring them in first, second, third act and get them from here all the way over to here.
So my name is Sarah Fryer, and I'm the CFO of OpenAI. I spent time inside of Goldman Sachs covering tech. I ran the tech group, and then I left and went to Salesforce, to Square, where I was the CFO and took the company public, to Nextdoor, where I was the CEO, and then just joined OpenAI a few months ago. Female-owned, operated, run businesses have a much higher return rate than male. And I think it's almost because you have to be better, you have to run faster, but if you make it, you're going to do really well.
I'm Serena Duggan. I'm the co-founder of Serena and Lily, and most recently, Serena Duggan Studio. I would say that Serena and Lily really did that for me. It taught me that whatever I wanted to do, I can do.
My name is Helen Russell. I'm co-founder and executive chair of Equator Coffees. Nobody in my family went to college. Nobody in my family ever owned a business. So it was kind of shocking to kind of move west to find my dream and find my passion. I said, hey, you love coffee, I love business. Let's start a coffee company. And that's what we did. What I have learned in the American dream is that it's really about lifting others up. It's about community. And so that's what we've really been able to do with Equator. Everything that we do is about leaving things better than how we found them.
All these women have the common characteristics of dedication, resilience, and passion. Now they're uplifting and paving the path for other women.
Second thing that women often bring is this ability to give back immediately. So once they build their business, they don't think of it as just like an economic outcome. They're often thinking about how is what I'm building going to impact the whole stakeholder set around me.
My name is Grace Gravelin, and I'm the founder of The Hivery. The Hivery is a mentorship, membership, and community for women that are creating their next chapter. I think what makes us unique is that we are 100% committed to elevating the voices of women. My American dream is that each of us are able to put our unique skills, knowledge, talent, brilliance, passion, compassion out into the world. Knowing that the Hivery has impacted over 10,000 women is an extraordinary accomplishment. But what's even cooler about that is that those 10,000 women that were impacted by the Hivery went on to impact others.
So for Ladies Who Launch, the way we help businesses, really three things. Number one is community, education, and then inspiration. It goes back to this point about women often walk into rooms where they're the only. So it's really hard to find a community where there's tons of empathy for what you're going through. Today we have funded almost $600,000, $700,000 worth of grants out to women, and we want to keep building.
The trajectory of American women in business has evolved drastically over the last 100 years. Women have become an essential part of our thriving economy, but the fight for equal rights continues.
I really believe that women-owned business can change the world. It can change the way that our society comes together around all kinds of issues, even issues like childcare, and there's all kinds of things that come up when we create flexibility, freedom, independence, all those kinds of things contribute.
It's about making our voices heard continuously, because we have to bring about change. So every little bit that we do is going to bring about the change in the America that we want to create for the future.
I would like to come to a point where it's not female entrepreneurship, it's just entrepreneurship.
A huge part of what drove me in the end was I wanted my daughter to understand, and my son actually, that women could be CEOs. So I think it's great to be someone who's out there that's showing that there is an American dream.